Red Dead Redemption 2 is not just a story about criminals. It is a story about loyalty, survival, and the slow fall of a family that believed it could escape a changing world. In this series, we will follow Arthur Morgan through the entire story while exploring every corner of the world and working toward a complete 100% playthrough. This will not be just about the Far West. It will be about everything Red Dead Redemption 2 has to offer. Enough talking for now. Enjoy! Everything begins with our gang running away from Blackwater after a job gone terribly wrong. Cold, exhausted, and hunted by the law, they head into the mountains, desperately searching for shelter and a way to survive. And it's here that we meet our main character for the first time, Arthur Morgan. Red Dead Redemption 2 does not begin like a classic western story. There is no victory, no glory, and not even a legendary cowboy riding into the sunset. It begins in the snow, in the dark, and with a group of people running for their lives. After everything goes wrong in Blackwater, they are forced to leave everything behind and seek shelter in the mountains.
We are gonna ride out, and we are gonna find some food.
The first chapter sets the mood for the whole game. They are all tired, hungry, and almost broken. Nobody really knows what comes next. Dutch still tries to sound confident and speaks like a man who has a plan, like someone who can lead them out of any problem. But if you pay close attention, you can already feel that something is not quite right. When Arthur and the others find a small house in the snow, it almost feels like they may finally have a moment of safety. But we all know how it ends. After killing his entire family, I decided to let that man live. Who knows, maybe I just want to be a good guy. The only thing that remained to be done is to check that barn. While looking around, everything seemed to be surprisingly quiet. Until this moment.
This guy just... Oh, did he now?
After a very long fist fight, we came to the point where this guy tells us about their plan of robbing a train.
Where's Como Driscoll?
With the others. At an old mining camp southwest of here. Near the lake.
Why are you up here?
We're fixing to rob some train. Gonna blow the tracks. I don't know more than that, I swear.
After punching him in the face a couple of times, I decided to let him go as well. Because, as I said, I'm a good guy. As a reward for completing the mission, we're getting a new friend. And when everything seems to be finally over, we meet her, Sadie Adler. And of course, Micah couldn't avoid causing troubles. The introduction of Sadie is short, but in my opinion leaves a strong impression. I think that her story makes her fit perfectly into this world. Shortly after, Abigail asks us to go find John. Arthur rides out with Javier trying to find him, but after long travel, the only thing we find is his horse dead. After calling him for a while, we hear his voice in the distance and decide to go towards him. But as we proceed, I notice a strange interaction between Javier and the ledge. After a very long search, we finally find John and decide to head back. On our way to the camp, we came across some wolves. More wolves. And even more wolves.
We're gonna need to come up with a better story for that scar.
After recovering our cowboy John, we return to the camp where his wife Abigail and his son Jack are waiting for him. The gang is still trying to survive, but the tension in camp is already high. When Dutch hears that the O'Driscolls may be planning a robbery, he sees a chance to turn the situation around. For a moment it feels like all the Dutch is back. As always, he has a plan and he has a target. Also, the gang is ready to follow him. But as usual, things heat up quickly and we find ourselves in the middle of a gunfight again. After clearing out the area and collecting the loot, we grab the dynamite and head to the camp to plan the train robbery. But just as we're heading back, we spot one of the O'Driscolls in the distance that managed to escape the shooting. But he won't be able to escape from us.
Where are you going? You're coming with me.
You got me mixed up with someone else. I'm no use to you, really.
Let's go for a ride.
Please, you don't need to do this.
In the end, we managed to capture him and bring him to our hideout.
I can't believe it! An O'Driscoll in my camp!
I ain't an O'Driscoll, mister! I hate that fella!
Oh, whatever you say, son!
After the first days in Coulter, the gang is still alive, but things are far from good. They have shelter, but they do not have enough food, and in a place like this, hunger can become just as dangerous as the cold.
We have a few cans of food and a rabbit. For what, 10, 12 people?
We'll go find something. Come on, Arthur.
So Arthur rides out with Charles to hunt, and for a moment the game slows down. After the chaos of Blackwater and the violence in the snow, this mission shows a different side of survival. It is not about glory, it is about keeping people alive. Every detail matters. The trucks on the ground, the wind, the distance, and even the way Arthur moves through the forest, all these make the world feel real. And here we made the first progress about studying the 50 different animals. This is also one of the first moments where the game shows that survival it's not only about fighting enemies. Sometimes it's just about finding food and doing the simple things that keep the gang together. On our way back we had an encounter with a cute little bear, but fortunately we managed to avoid him. When Arthur returns to Coulter with the deer, it feels like a small victory. Nothing huge has changed, and the gang is still trapped in the mountains, but at least they have something to eat. I think moments like this are important because they make the gang feel like real people. They are criminals, yes, but they still need a reason to keep moving.
Not too bad, Mr. Morgan. Yeah. They always said you were a butcher.
After hearing about the train, Dutch sees a chance to turn their situation around. The gang needs money, supplies and a way out of the mountains, and this train could give them exactly that. For Dutch, this is more than just a robbery, it is a way to prove that the gang is not finished yet.
Gentlemen, it is time to make something of ourselves. Get your horses ready. We have a train to rob.
So Arthur rides out with Dutch, Bill, Javier, Lenny and the others, ready to hit the train and take whatever Cornwall is carrying. The plan is simple, stop the train with dynamite and take control before anyone can even react. The gang waits near the tracks, and while the train gets closer for a moment, everything feels under control. Then the plan starts to fall apart.
Okay, cover your faces. The train should be here in a minute now.
The dynamite does not work the way it should, and instead of stopping the train from safe distance, the gang is forced to chase it down and board it while it is still moving. This is where the mission becomes much more intense. Arthur jumps onto the train with the others and the robbery quickly turns into a fight for control. And of course we find ourselves in the middle of a gunfire. Arthur pushes forward, helping the gang reach the front of the train, but something went in an unexpected way.
You got him? Ain't got a clear shot.
It is chaotic, but it also shows how experienced these men are. This is not new to them, this is the life they know. But even when the gang succeeds, it never feels clean or easy.
Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. Any more of you. Wake 'em up!
And which better way to open a locked door if not with dynamite? Once the train is stopped, Arthur and the others deal with Cornwall's men and search the private wagon. Inside, they find money, bonds and documents that make it clear Cornwall is not just another rich man. He is powerful and dangerous.
I think we can probably sell these pretty easily. Well done.
And this is one of the most important concepts in the game. Every time Dutch finds a solution, he also creates a new problem. By the end of the robbery, the gang has taken what they came for. For a short moment, it feels like a success. They finally have a reason to leave the mountains. But the snow and the cold are not the only things chasing them. The consequences of their actions are already starting to follow.
So the question is, where now?
I know this country a little. I told you, we should set up camp in Horseshoe Overlook near Valentine.
Well then, let's go. Clean noses and everything else.
Shortly after, they finally leaves the mountains behind. This part feels different. The snow slowly disappears, the mountains open up, and for the first time, the world begins to look alive again. On the road, the gang travels together with everything they still have left. But when one of the wagon breaks, Arthur stops to help, because once again, he is the person who keeps things moving. This is what he does. He fixes problems, even when nobody really says thank you. During the trip, I took some time just to observe how wonderful this world is. We finally managed to reach the new camp, and compared to Coulter, this place feels like heaven.
I know that things have been tough, but we are safe now, and we are far too poor. So it is time for everyone to get to work. And remember, whatever it is that you find, the camp gets its slice.
For now, the gang has survived Chapter 1 and found a new home. But Red Dead Redemption 2 has already shown us the truth. They cannot run from what is coming.